What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, this video might be a little controversial. I know a lot of people rep where they're from, they love where they're from, they celebrate where they're from, anything, and it's just something I've noticed. So you can take it whatever type of way. It don't really matter to me. And I'm from the West Coast. I'm from California. This is not to diss anybody's set, not to diss anybody's region or anything like that. I'm not Tupac trying to start this East Coast West Coast war or anything like that. And the opportunity is to overthrow the current government y'all got, which is Bad Boy, Nas, and all the other bullshit, and bring in a new government that will feed everybody in New York. Sorry. Anyway, one thing I have noticed in boxing, and with certain regions, certain fighters are known for certain things. Like if you look at Argentina, you got a lot of fighters from Argentina. Marcos Maidana, Lucas Matisse, known for power. A lot of Philly fighters are known for their durability and just being tough and gritty. The Danny Garcias, Bernard Hopkins, etc., Gabriel Rosado. One thing I've noticed about the Brooklyn fighter is a lot of fighters that I've seen from Brooklyn that have made it to that upper echelon. So it's not everybody, but I'm just talking about marquee fighters, not fucking Johnny Bananas from 15th and Lennox and shit. I'm talking about people who've actually made it and who are celebrated in the boxing world, future Hall of Famers, that kind of thing. I've noticed one thing about the Brooklyn fighters is sometimes they lose composure when their game plan is not working. And the examples that come to mind would be Mike Tyson, Zab Judah, and most recently, Curtis Stevens. Curtis Stevens is a fighter who possesses a lot of different skills that could give anybody problems, but I feel like sometimes the Brooklyn fighter, when their game plan A is not working, or their go-to weapon, which would be like in Mike Tyson or Curtis Stevens' case, power, when that's not working, then they kind of seem bewildered, if you will. Same thing with Zab Judah. If you watch Zab Judah's biggest losses, his athleticism, his speed, and quickness, and just overall power, southpaw stance, when that's not enough to trouble the person, he kind of loses composure. That's why they call Zab Judah a 4-round fighter. I've seen it with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson versus Lennox Lewis. You look at Mike Tyson versus Lennox Lewis, clearly there's a height differential in that fight. And when Mike Tyson can't get past Lennox Lewis's jab and can't get on the inside like he wants to, he seems really frustrated, and he kind of like breaks down mentally. And maybe it's just those three fighters, maybe not. I don't really know. I'm not from New York. I've never been to New York, nothing like that. But that's just something I noticed. I don't throw Paulie Malignaggi in there because he's a fighter, as we know, that doesn't have much punching power. So I don't think he's really had to rely on punching power. So he's found a way to coexist and get his name where it's at based on just boxing ability, fundamentals, and that kind of stuff. But it's something I noticed. I don't know if anyone else has picked up on it, but it just seems like some of the Brooklyn fighters, some of the bigger Brooklyn fighters, they kind of lack that ability to adapt in clutch, pivotal moments. Like Curtis Stevens, I think even if he were to lose, like let's say it was inevitable he was going to lose to Gennady Golovkin, I really think he could have made it a tougher fight. He never let his fucking hands go. That's a problem. When he did let his hands go, he was actually getting Gennady Golovkin's respect. He was getting Gennady Golovkin to back off of him, stop the swarm. It was just him laying on the ropes and shit. Like, what the fuck kind of game plan is this? Like, the dude is wailing on you. He's punching you repeatedly. He has you in the ropes. Like, that Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, first of all, has a fucking chin. Not saying Curtis Stevens or whoever doesn't, but Muhammad Ali is a heavyweight and he has a chin. So, that rope a dope and fucking playing possum, how long are you gonna play possum before you actually explode? If you're letting people steal rounds, you're letting Gennady Golovkin hit you with 20 shots, and you plan to just absorb them and then wait. You got to punch with a fighter like Gennady Golovkin, especially if you have the power that'll get him um, to respect you, or that could possibly hurt him. And I don't think Curtis Stevens did that. I think he kind of broke down. He let Gennady Golovkin unload on him, and he was just waiting for key moments like, yeah, if I do this peekaboo style defense, I'm gonna let him get off all his shots. So meanwhile, Gennadi's licking shots and pulverizing you, taking your energy because he's landing some well placed body shots, which we all know body shots will slow you down, will take that snap off your punches. He's doing all of this. Meanwhile, Curtis Stevens is like waiting, waiting, waiting. There's only so long you can wait, especially in the fight game. You can't really do that. You can't wait your whole life. Like Gennady Golovkin looks like he has the conditioning to have went more rounds than the fight actually ended. So I just didn't understand the game plan. Zab Judah has done this time and time again. Not really considering the Danny Garcia fight. But even if you look at the Danny Garcia fight, Zab Judah had a very slow start in that fight. You look at fights with Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather was being bested by Zab Judah, and it was when Floyd Mayweather took it up a notch and decided to go to the body and adapt. Zab Judah kind of remained complacent and was trying the same things. You can't do that, especially against a fighter like Floyd Mayweather, who's multifaceted, who's going to give you different looks, and it has the ability to fight different ways. Zab Judah could have beat Floyd Mayweather based on athleticism, his youth, his skill set. He could have beat Floyd Mayweather, and he was on course to do so. The fact of the matter is, where Mayweather elevated his game and got refocused and adapted, Zab Judah just kind of plateaued. Zab Judah's on a cruise control, whereas Mayweather is accelerating and putting his foot on the gas. And you can't do that. Same thing with Mike Tyson. I've seen this happen time and time again. And these are all fighters that I generally appreciate. I have Mike Tyson's ESPN like knockouts. I watch that routinely. The man was a beast. Mike Tyson is definitely historic. He's an icon of the sport. I wouldn't want to be on his bad side, but it's just something I noticed with the Brooklyn fighter in general. Just the overall mentality to adapt and go beyond a game plan that is never working or has stopped working. Sometimes those fighters remain in cruise control and stagnant, and they don't really change. It's like they get so frustrated they mentally take themselves out of the fight. I really think Curtis Stevens could have had a better showing. A lot of people said he exploited shit, but he lost every round to me. There was maybe one round where I think he might have stole, and that was where he kind of was laying on the ropes, and then he exploded and started licking some cool shots and backing Gennady Golovkin up. But even then, I'd have to reanalyze that round in detail to see like CompuBox numbers, because I believe Gennady Golovkin was remaining busy. Like, I don't give people to steal a round. You have to really steal a round and really make it your own. Like, you have to take the bull by the horns. So I'd really have to analyze if I would even give Curtis Stevens that round. That might have been his best round, but I really score a fight based on its entirety, the round by its entirety. I don't base it on, oh, he looked good for the last 15 seconds, but the other person remained consistent and active. So that's just me. Let me know what you guys think of the Brooklyn fighter. Am I way off the mark? Am I accurate? Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys feel. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next videos, Ego, signing off.